Hoops, and it's next. It's going to be the Houston Rockets up against the Orlando Magic. And now we send you out to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. I'll catch up with you again at halftime.
Greetings, everyone. 2K Sports brings you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan. I'm joined by Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr as we get set to bring you all the action. A quick check now at the starting five for both teams. First, for the Rockets, Porter is out there with Green. And it's Smith in at the 4. And looking at the Orlando Magic.
You know, if you're in a fight to get into the playoffs out west like the Rockets were last season, you have to make sure you get every win you can when you play against the Eastern Conference. Their success against the Eastern Conference was a big part of how they squeezed that 8th seed.
Tip-off goes to Houston. Green with the ball. Passes it to Tate. Back to Green. Houston moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Smith. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, Clark, you were talking about the Rockets against the East, a record of 21-9 against the conference. And, Steve, it was one of the better marks in the West.
Yeah, it was the same win total as the Clippers and Thunder, who both won their divisions. So, only the Spurs and Grizzlies did better in that regard. And the Rockets were full of scoring potential, and I think just happened to catch teams in the East off guard a little bit.
First free throw is good.
You know, there was a lot of talk about the Magic not getting equal value when they traded Dwight Howard to the Lakers before last season, but you take a look at how both teams started, the Lakers and the Magic, and for a time there, the Magic had a better record early in the season than the Lakers. So I think it worked out okay for the Magic.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. Well, Clark, like you said, hard to believe, but it's true. The Magic did have a better record than the Lakers for the early part of the season, but that was mostly due to a surprise down year from the Lakers, Steve, and a hot start for Orlando.
And remember, the Magic did get that big win at Staples against L.A. That was kind of revenge for the D. Howard trade. But as time wore on, the Magic's lack of talent showed, and they really struggled the rest of the season.
Now, here's Green. Off target with the close-range fadeaway. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. The Magic head coach and I had a chance to talk just for a bit. He said they'll have to do a good job moving their feet on the defensive end or they'll get dunked on all night. He told me that they are very aware of the slashers and finishers they're facing and will try to turn them into jump shooters. Let's see how successful they are, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris. And the first one at the line is good.
You know, when you get an influx of talent through the draft like the Rockets did prior to last season, the initial reaction is excitement, but then you think about, man, how are we going to get these guys ready to play NBA basketball? And the Rockets did a nice job by taking it easy and bringing them along slowly.
Both free throws good from Wagner. And for the Rockets, you look at how that strategy worked out for them, and it was exactly what they needed. Got off to a quick start last year, and, you know, Steve, toward the end, their rookies were fresh and able to contribute when it mattered most.
You know, Kevin, it's hard for fans to see a player get drafted and not immediately see the floor, but a lot of times that's the best route. You know, you give a player time to adjust, you make him earn it, and by the end of the season, he can be a very effective player. I think plenty of the Rockets players proved that last season.
Here's Anthony after the made shot from Green. Back to Anthony. Fires from deep. Rebound by Smith.
I tell you what, you can shake your confidence missing wide open shots like that.
It's off his leg. And the ref's whistling a kick ball. He dishes it to Green. Fires the three. Houston gets it back. Porter kicks to Smith. Pass to Porter. Feeds it to Green.
This touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
There's a good screen. He feeds it to Anthony. Knocks down the three ball.
And he came off that screen. The defense just couldn't get over the top. Beautiful play.
Yep, and without a hand in his face, he's going to bury those.
Now here is Smith. Smith off a pick from Porter. Smith dishes to Porter. Outside, Green. Shot clock at 6. Number 28. Right through the D for the layup.
You just can't afford to let somebody get that good position in the paint.
Well, it's more than trouble when he does catch it down there, Steve. He's never going to miss from that range.
Now here's Anthony. Relaford. Back to Anthony. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Shoots. Cannot hit. The Rockets go the other way with it. Here is Porter. Double clutches. And the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, here's a guy who gives the coach the luxury of a very simple play call, which is just the ISO. Get him the ball and get out of the way, and good things are going to happen.
And here's something else, Steve. He invites contact when he's attacking the rim. He doesn't try to finesse his way through anything. He's going through bodies.
Free throw good, Porter.
Boy, it was a tough year for the Magic last season. They found no salvation here in Orlando either. They were dreadful at home and had the fewest home court wins of any team in the league. Tough pill for the fans there to swallow.
And it's tied up with that one. And that home record of the Magic's that you mentioned, Clark, a paltry 12-29. So, Steve, that being said, a big part of why they ended with the fewest wins in the entire league. Why?
Well, I mean, if you can't defend your home court, good luck to you. But the big thing is just not enough talent. I mean, it's a team that is in full-blown rebuilding mode. And last year was kind of the initial season in that campaign, and it obviously showed.
Now, here is Smith. The pass to Tate. Houston needs to get a shot from deep. Green. That's good. Green's got 5. The Magic trail by 3. Pass to Wagner. The feed to Anthony. That's good. He has 5.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
He kicks it to Porter. Back to Smith. Now the dish to Green. There's the 3. The shot will not go. And Orlando will come the other way. Wagner, covered by Smith. Wagner. It's rebounded by Tate.
You know, that's a problem he has. I mean, not being able to knock down that open jumper. I think it happens far too often.
Back to Green. And some nice passing there by Houston. Nice shot by Smith.
An unusual skill set for a big man. A long-range shot gives you such good spacing offensively.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Pass to Wagner. Rutherford. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. He has 5.
Incredible. Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing a three-point battle like this.
Now, here is Smith, number 28. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. A chance here now for a three-point play.
And that kind of power move has become a trademark for him.
The Rockets shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
Well, last season they only hit 71% of their free throws, so this is a continuing problem, guys.
And it's something they know that if they improve, can really have a big impact on their success.
And that one misses.
Houston found their way back into the playoffs last season, but really it wasn't because they were a tough team on the road. They only had 16 wins away from Houston last season.
Now here's Anthony. 5 points in the game. And there's the pass to Wagner. Dishes to Anthony. Kicks to Carter. Just 5 on the clock. Rutherford uncovered. Rebound by Smith. And Clark, as you were talking about, the Rockets weren't nearly as troublesome to teams last year when they found themselves in the away locker room. Mostly, Steve, it came down to their offense not having quite as much punch.
Well, most teams don't score as much on the road as they do at home, but for the Rockets, 5 points differential between home and away, it's pretty dramatic. And I think that was one of the reasons why we saw them struggle when they left Houston and tried to get a win.
So it's Orlando now after the miss from Porter. Number 5, defended by Tate. Makes good on the step-back jumper.
Good job there, recognizing the mismatch and then just going straight up with the shot. He's got a major height advantage.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
Boy, it was a wreck of a season for the Magic last year. Started off decently, but then it went downhill fast. A 10-game losing streak, followed shortly again with a 12-game losing streak. Surprisingly, they did play well against the West, though.
And the Magic making a change here. Houston in the lead. And Clark, as you said, probably the last thing anyone expected last season was for the Magic to do well against the West. But it happened, Steve. Half their wins came out of the conference.
Yeah, they actually had a winning record against the Pacific Division, believe it or not. I think some of that is that the Western teams kind of took Orlando for granted, particularly on the road. But look, in the end, it doesn't matter what your record is in conference, against divisions, against the league. What it's about is your total record, and they're looking to get better.
Here's Anthony after the made shot from Smith. Beyond the arc, and good on the basket. Book it. Anthony's got 8 points.
He's feeling it here to start the game. That's 3 out of 4 already.
Smith sets the pick for Porter. He passes it to Tate. He dishes it to Porter. Smith. And another 3 for Houston.
Now that's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
The Magic trail by 3. Number 5, covered by Smith. Passes it to Wagner. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Houston. Smith's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Porter. It's hauled in by the Magic. Relaford. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
I agree, and great offense, too. A lot of three-point shots right from the beginning. This team seems to have the touch tonight.
And he knocks down the first one.
Clearly, Orlando was a team in transition last year. They had a group of younger, inexperienced players, and many times when that's the case, you'll get off to slow starts in games, and that certainly proved to be true for the Magic.
No good on the second free throw. Well, Clark, you mentioned that the Magic were at the very bottom of the league when it came to scoring in the first quarter of games. Steve, you got to get better as the game went on, obviously, but you can't start every game in a hole down like they did and expect to do well.
Well, we just go back to the roster, and that explains everything. I mean, you look at who they had, the lack of a go-to scorer out of the gates, and that explains the slow starts. So this is really all about continuing to build the roster and try to put together some talent.
The Magic making a switch here. And the second free throw, good. So it's Orlando now. They trail by 3. Pass to Harris. Feeds it to Ross. Hampton passes to Harris. Pass to Hampton. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
And so it's Houston with it. Houston moving the ball around. And the pass to Christopher. Clock at 6. Drills the three-pointer. And the Rockets lead by 6.
And the story of this game in the early stages is just how well they've been shooting the ball.
Steve, their percentage from the floor is really impressive up to this point.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And Orlando making a change here. Rockets leading by 6. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Gordon. Ross grabs the board. The Magic have gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Houston's gone 4 of 7 from three-point range so far in the first. Favors with the screen. Passes it to Christopher. Pass to Washington. The 3. And that one's good. 6 points for him.
Third 3 in a row right there.
Adjustment time for the defense, guys.
1:53 left here in the first quarter. Out to Harris. Puts up a three, and that one's good. Harris has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
Looked like there was a little confusion there as to who was supposed to be guarding him.
Christopher, guarded by Harris. Here's Christopher, and it's Houston with another.
What a start to this game. The offense is both dominating.
Tell you what, feels like a game on the playground. Forget about defense, just keep firing.
So it's Orlando now. 6-point game. Ball, the pass to Wagner. Ross releases. Off the left rim and out. There's a minute left in the first quarter of the game. He feeds it to Gordon. 6 to shoot. Left side, Gordon. No good. So Orlando will take it the other way. Hampton defended by Washington. Hampton passes the ball. And there's the feed to Ross. And that one's good.
Well, I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Rockets leading by 4. Christopher, guarded by Harris. The pass to Christopher. Gives him the lead pass. Gordon. An easy 2 points on the layup. Heaves it up. The shot is off. And so the first quarter is in the books. Rockets lead by 6. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, Steve, Clark, what are your thoughts?
It was pretty impressive the way they moved the ball, made the extra pass, and found open shooters that whole quarter.
Yeah, it's been a complete team effort out there. Great to watch.
The Magic trail by 6. Passes to Wagner. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Boy, that was impressive. Major height disadvantage, but he still got the shot up over his man.
Well, he's got the poise to handle any matchup, and he's not easily intimidated. You could see that there.
The Magic making a switch here. Anthony's checked in. For Orlando, they have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
Well, this was a very consistent free throw shooting team a year ago. They shot about 79%.
Houston leading by 3. Washington covered by Anthony. Pass to Christopher. From deep. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Anthony off a pick from Wagner. Anthony kicks to Harris. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Houston's gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. Now the pass to Washington.
Watch outside.
Passes it to Christopher. 6 on the shot clock. Number 17, defended by Ross. It's rebounded by Wagner. The Magic trail by 6. Anthony, the pass to Wagner. He kicks it to Ross. Magic moving the ball around. Outside Anthony. Good on the jump shot. Anthony's got 10 points in the game. Rockets leading by 4. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Pass to Washington. From outside, off the mark. Orlando's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. It's Anthony with the drive.
Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys, for any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
Carter, he's checked in for Orlando. And so here is Houston. Washington, covered by Anthony. There's the pass to Washington. Number 51. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. The Rockets have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night. That free throw missing. Good on the second free throw. Here's Anthony. He's got 13. The dish to Ross. From downtown. The offensive rebound. Carter kicks to Harris. Back to Carter. Goes back up. No luck. So Houston will take it the other way. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Here's Washington. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Makes it off the glass. He has 5.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting...
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
And the basket good. Anthony's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
Number 17, defended by Ross. Pass to Washington. Shot clock at 6. He passes to Christopher. Connects from three-point range.
They've gotten a bunch of good looks and have been absolutely lethal from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, you got to get some bodies out there defensively, though. I mean, things are way too easy out beyond the three-point arc.
And here's Carter. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Anthony's got 18 points in the game.
What a quarter for him at the offensive end. He's ignored the scoreboard and continued to go out there and do his thing.
Oh, that's blocked. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Houston making a switch here. The Magic have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Harris outside. Kicks to Ross. Back to Harris. Clock at 6. Left side, Harris. And that misses. That was right side, Green. Number contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. This is his second trip to the free throw line. And so he makes both from the line. The Magic trail by 4. Launches it. And yes, sir, that one drops. He's got 8.
Well, defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Anthony dishes to Carter. Pass to Harris. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Houston leading by 3. Green kicks to Smith. Houston moving the ball around. Porter, no luck. Orlando's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Harris passes to Wagner. From the wing. No good off the front iron. The Rockets have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark, 4 of 9 all told. Outside, Green. Dishes to Porter. The finger roll finish at the bucket. And the Rockets making a change here.
Get out, Orlando, you garbage.
The Magic trail by 5. Anthony with the screen on Smith. Outside Anthony. Pass to Wagner. He dishes it to Ross. 6 on the shot clock. Another miss by Orlando. Rockets leading by 5. Porter kicks to Smith. Feeds it to Porter. Back to Smith. And the 3 off target.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
Yeah, not enough defensive coverage there to prevent him from firing that time. But, yeah, I think if he's open, he's got to let that thing fly.
Porter with the steal. Tate the pass to Green. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
And here's Anthony for 3. Count that one. Anthony's got 13 points in just this quarter.
Boy, he's draining shots from long range, 2 in each of the first 2 quarters.
Green passes to Tate. Smith on the wing. Outside, Green. From past the arc. That one goes. Count it. Green's got 11 points.
You know, defensively, you cannot forget about him. They gave him a wide open look there.
The pass to Wagner. Back to Anthony.
Come get it, come get it.
He feeds it to Carter. He kicks to Ross. Tries from 10. Green with the block.
They've been strong on the boards. There's
Says, still anybody's game, though.
The feed now to Porter. Passes it to Tate. Into Smith. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
You know, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through. And that's not something they should get away from.
Us. Pass to Wagner. Anthony on the wing. Anthony right side. Gets it to go. Anthony's got 5. Now a timeout called by Houston.
Looks like he saw some things out there that needed adjusting and wants to talk it over a little bit with his club.
I don't think you can ever go wrong burning a timeout if you see something you don't like and you need to talk about it.
The Magic making a switch here. Just 2 of 6 from long range. Relaford. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
He's done a nice job, a great job actually, of finding efficient shots here in the second. Shooting percentage always a function of just struggling a bit in the first.
Now here's Green. 11 points in the game. First one falls for him. Anthony's checked in for Orlando. And so he hits both. Relaford. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. He's got 12.
You know, if you were only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would be ahead.
Back to Smith. Kicks it to Porter. The Rockets have gone 9 of 13 from the line. That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second.
The 2-possession lead is what they were looking for there, so they can deal with that one miss.
Outside Anthony. Number 5, covered by Smith. And the rejection by Smith. Smith sets the pick for Porter. Number 28. No good. Nice D from Wagner.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop, and they were right in his face.
Anthony passes it to Wagner. The 3. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
That's something we didn't see at all from him in the first half when he had a goose egg from three-point land.
Green kicks to Smith. And some nice passing there by Houston. That drops. Porter's got 7 points.
He didn't get off to much of a start early on, but he seems to have shaken off the rust here in the quarter.
They set the pick. Anthony on the wing. No good. That would have tied it. And we're through 2 here and a good one. Rockets ahead, up by 3. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Welcome, fans. We got a close game going on out in Orlando. The Houston Rockets in front against Orlando. They've done a great job closing out their defensive possessions, grabbing boards, great rebounding. They're really starting to click. Terrence Ross has been the X factor. He's got 4 points and has also grabbed a couple rebounds. Now, time to get you back out to the game in Orlando. The second half is coming right up.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The turnaround jump shot. He's got 10.
You know, you can give a defender a lot of trouble if you're consistent with that turnaround jumper. It's almost impossible to block.
The dive for the ball. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense in